Thank you, David. A first alert update. A committee on the boundaries for the Green Bay Area Public School District is now presenting plans to keep Washington Middle School open, but potentially consolidate it with Howe Elementary School. Washington, on the Near East side of the city, was one of the buildings slated to close under work done last year to change school boundaries and repurpose schools. The committee is now considering plans to keep Washington open in the mix. In one scenario, consolidating it with Howe in downtown Green Bay to create a 4K through 8th grade school at the Washington site. The committee has concerns about Howe's proximity to Mason Street's bridge, which is slated to be reconstructed in 2032. The other plan would retain Washington's current use as a middle school. The committee will meet at the end of the month to discuss potential changes.